In the heart of Umwakwe village, nestled among rolling hills and dense forests, a shadow loomed over the cheerful faces of its inhabitants. The morning sun bathed the village in golden light as Adaez, a spirited 22-year-old woman, strolled through the marketplace. Her tall frame and glowing dark skin drew admiration wherever she went. Her Ankara dress, adorned with intricate green and gold patterns, billowed slightly in the gentle breeze. "Adaeze, you're always full of life," said Mama Udo, an elderly vendor selling yams. "But I warn you, stay away from the forbidden caves. The spirits there are not to be trifled with." Adaeze smiled politely, her large, curious eyes sparkling. "Don't worry, Mama. I have no business with spirits." But Adaeze was lying to herself. The caves at the edge of the forest had always fascinated her. Stories of treasures guarded by vengeful spirits intrigued her adventurous soul. She often daydreamed about uncovering such mysteries, even though her grandmother, Mama Neka, had forbidden her from venturing there. That evening, Adaeze met Obinna by the river. Obinna, her childhood friend, was tall and rugged, with a muscular build that spoke of years spent working the fields. His deep voice carried concern as he spoke. "I heard strange sounds near the caves today," he said, skipping a pebble across the water. Adaeze's heart raced with excitement. "Let's check it out." Obinna frowned. "Adaeze, those caves are cursed. The elders say the spirits punish anyone who disturbs them." But Adaeze's curiosity outweighed her fear. "Come on, Obinna. What's the worst that could happen?" Reluctantly, Obinna agreed, and they ventured into the dark forest. The air grew colder as they approached the cave. Inside, the walls glimmered faintly with an eerie light. On a stone pedestal lay an ivory amulet, glowing softly. "It's beautiful," Adaeze whispered, reaching for it. "No." Obinna hissed, "Don't touch it." But it was too late. The moment Adaeze's fingers brushed the amulet, a gust of wind howled through the cave, extinguishing their torch. Shadows danced on the walls, and a low, menacing hum filled the air. The next morning, Adaeze awoke to find the amulet still clutched in her hand. She tried to dismiss the previous night as a dream, but strange things began happening. The village's crops withered overnight, livestock fell ill, and the once vibrant river dried to a trickle. Villagers gathered in the square, their faces etched with fear. Eze Arins, the wise and regal village chief, addressed the crowd. "This is no ordinary misfortune. Someone has angered the spirits." Adaeze's stomach churned with guilt. She confided in Obinna, who urged her to return the amulet. "You've put us all in danger," he said, pacing her small hut. "We have to fix this." But Adaeze hesitated. The amulet seemed to hold a sinister grip over her, whispering unintelligible words whenever she tried to let it go. That night, nightmares plagued her. She saw shadowy figures chanting, their faces twisted in anger. Desperate for answers, Adaeze sought out her grandmother, Mama Neka. The old woman, frail but sharp-eyed, listened intently as Adaeze explained. "The amulet belonged to Izumezu, the goddess of vengeance," Mama Neka said gravely. "It was stolen from her shrine centuries ago. By taking it, you've reignited her wrath." "What can I do?" Adaeze pleaded, tears streaming down her face. "You must return it," Mama Neka said. "But the journey will test your courage, and the cost may be great." Obinna insisted on accompanying Adaeze. Together, they embarked on the perilous journey at dawn. The forest seemed alive, with branches clawing at them and whispers echoing in the shadows. They crossed a turbulent river and evaded ghostly apparitions that tried to block their path. As they neared the cave, a massive serpent-like spirit appeared. Its eyes glowed red, and its voice boomed. "Why do you trespass here? We've come to return what was taken," Adaeze said, her voice trembling. "Your sincerity will be tested," the spirit hissed. "The curse demands a sacrifice." Inside the cave, Adaeze placed the amulet back on its pedestal. The ground shook violently, and a deep chasm opened beneath her feet. Obinna grabbed her hand, struggling to pull her back. "Let me go, Obinna," she cried. "This is my fault. I must make it right." "No," he shouted. "I can't lose you." But the pull of the amulet was too strong. With a final tearful look at Obinna, Adaeze released his hand and fell into the abyss. The cave trembled, then fell silent. The amulet's glow dimmed as the curse was lifted. Back in the village, life returned to normal. The river flowed again, crops flourished, and animals recovered. But Obinna stood by the river, staring into the distance. Mama Neka approached him, placing a comforting hand on his shoulder. Her spirit will live on in our stories. She saved us all." Obina nodded, his heart heavy with grief. At the edge of the forest, the cave lay overgrown with vines. A faint light glimmered within, a reminder of Adaese's sacrifice. And so, the villagers told the tale of Adaese, the brave soul who gave her life to save her people.